Do you ever get to a point where you self-reflect to an extent that you don't even know what's right or what's wrong, or rather who's wrong or who's right? You can justify how you feel and the reasons why you've acted that way, or how someone else said what they said. And you can see both sides, both wrong and right. And especially in an argument's sake, you feel a grudge towards the other person. Yet you know and understand their way as well. And it's a hard line because you don't know how to fix it. Or rather, should you even try to fix it? And rather just let it wait and settle. Of course there will be instances where you're totally in the wrong, and if it gets to that point you know you're wrong, so of course you act on it. But what about the other side? When they're totally in the wrong and you can't really react in a normal sense. Because you know if you say something, do something back, it will only escalate it further. And it's hard because now you're stuck in a place filled with thoughts, no peace coming at you. So the only thing you can do is go on your phone and scroll. It helps. It distracts you from the thoughts. Because even if you did think about it, it'll come with pain. And again, you can't do anything to fix it either way. Or can you? And even if you could, would it be worth the sacrifice to even act on it? Because for some, this might have been a repetition of problems you've dealt before, again and again. And you wonder if this is normal. The conflict between two people. And I guess it is. And it comes from knowing someone too much. And it's just that pain you have to sit through knowing. It's another tide you have to cross. And it's especially hard when that other person you're with is just as difficult and not as understanding. It's hard. And of course it might get to the point you'll leave them. But leaving is never easy. But sometimes it can never be so hard to just leave. And you may be better off doing so. But what do you do when you're stuck and that no one else gets you? Only but yourself. In a loathing of pain, a loathing of suffering, no one will ever understand you. And it's the idea you have to embrace, that no one will ever truly understand you. And even if you have someone closest to you, they will never understand how you feel. They might feel for you, but it might not be the same of exactly how you feel. In a world that's so connected, that we can be so connected, it's so voidless. so voidless that you become too overstimulated, too many thoughts, too many feelings that people give, that sometimes it just hollows out each other's understanding of one another. Everything becomes less significant because we can just get it off our phones. Too accessible. And what's the point? Because let's say if you were less using your phone in comparison to others, what benefit will you even get? And it's interesting because without it, you may feel better, but in a way you have less than what people have who have their phones, but more in other ways. It's gotten into our minds that the phones are the best substitute of when we have less. But that less in our life could have been something more for somebody who doesn't have a phone, who doesn't have access to it. It really, truly is interesting. Our lives have been more stimulated, but in turn less stimulating. Nothing ever feels the same anymore, and nothing ever will be. Nothing will ever be as significant. Nothing will be as happy. But if there is life more than a phone, where we go outside and look behind the trees, look beyond the bushes, what is there to it? What is there to it?